Okay, so you talk about, talking of the best life possible.
Yes.
You talk about the order of love in your book,
Yes,
Many
yes,
Hearts, One
yes.
Soul. Could you explain a little bit more about that?
Sure. Bert's first book, where he kind of coined this term, is called Love's Hidden Symmetry. And what he found, there was invisible dynamics at play in a family system. So there's almost laws of hierarchy. Who comes first should be first. Who comes second should be second. It's more harmonious for the wife to follow the man. We don't mean that in a chauvinistic way, but there's an order of love. So it's like our great-grandparents precede our grandparents, precede our parents, and then they're all children. Well, every generation grows up, then they become a parent with children, so there's a wave, a forward-moving wave of life, really temporarily passing through us all. And we find when we're in harmony with that wave, everything kind of, it's smooth sailing, using a water metaphor. And we find when we're fighting that wave, all we have is dysfunction, problems, unhappiness. And it's because we're trying to control the wave of life rather than surf the wave of life.
That's a great metaphor. So if a child ends up having to take care of the parents, or thinks that they do,
yes,
then you're saying there's disharmony.
Yes, I mean, every child wants to help their parents, and how it shows up is a child, Hellinger would call that being too big, which is basically out of the order of love. When a child feels it has to parent its parents, which happens many generations. There's an alcoholic in the family. The child has to grow up too quick. It's still not even a preteen, and it's acting like an adult for alcoholic parents. Sure, this happens all the time, but then we find it just sets a negative tone in the child's life where they have to feel they take care of everybody rather than let themselves be taken care of. So they've never had that experience, so they overcompensate by taking care of everyone. And then don't forget the victim energy in that. They feel like they have no power in their life because they have to fix everything else, so they truly can't be the adult they were meant to be. They're stuck in a caretaker mode, as that's definitely a trap for all us healer types, helping all the people we help on many levels.
And thinking we have to fix everybody.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So there's a lot of paradoxes with this work. I mean, sometimes Hellinger's open lectures and workshops saying there's no such thing as free will, that we're just repeating a template that was set by our ancestors. Another paradoxical thing he speaks of is that we can't fix anyone. That we all have our own fate and our own destiny in our family system, and then the whole family system has a fate and destiny of what they're trying to learn together. But the irony is then most of us who are in the field said, why even do this work to heal? And it is a profound modality. It's so how he counters that, if you relegate everything to fate and destiny, is, but if you want to change something in your life, there's a window open, there's a keyhole, if you want to go in it and expose yourself to something unknown. And there's no better modality than constellation work that I personally have found that opens the door to the hidden dynamics in life, and you see a three-dimensional picture or even four-dimensional picture of what was really going on in your family system. And a lot, say a woman's having trouble bonding with her mother, she's actually inherited a dynamic from her great-grandmother who miscarried her first child. So that energy didn't leave the female line for 2, 3, 4 generations. In a therapeutic experience, like a constellation is, we can rebond through surrogates to heal that bond. So we see, oh, that's what it was all about. Someone lost a child and couldn't grieve. It was too much for them to bear. And once that's healed, then the child goes into life, well, it's probably an adult doing constellation, goes into life with a new strength. So ultimately, why we're even doing the work is to be strong in life.